Michelle, the Children's Librarian at the Sheridan County Public Library System, and welcome to a new session of Bookmarks. I want to share this book with you. It's called Nathaniel Fludd, Beastologist, Book 1, Flight of the Phoenix by R.L. LaFevers. Now this is an interesting book because it has science in it and mysterious creatures. And there's a map in case you're going to get lost. Don't get lost. And it goes like this. It was one of the most important moments in Nathaniel Fludd's young life, and he was stuck sitting in the corner. Miss Lupton had promised him an overnight trip to the city to visit the zoo. Instead, he found himself in a stuffy office with their suitcases at his feet and a sketchbook in his lap. He'd been given clear instructions not to listen in on Mrs. Lupton's conversation with the lawyer. The problem was they sat only 3 feet away, and the lawyer spoke rather loudly. Nate tried to concentrate on his drawings. No zoo trip. "Thank you for coming on such notice," the lawyer said. Nate drummed his heels on one of the suitcases, tried to drown out the sound of the voices. Miss Lupton shushed him. He stopped kicking. "You said you had news," Miss Lupton said. The lawyer lowered his voice. Nate felt as if his ears grew a little bit, straining here. "We've had word of his parents." Nate's head jerked up. Miss Lupton caught him looking. "Keep drawing," she ordered, then turned back to the lawyer. Nate kept his eyes glued to the sketchbook in front of him, but even though his pencil was moving dutifully on the paper, every molecule of his body was focused on the lawyer's wood. On May 23rd of this year, the airship Italia crashed on the ice near the North Pole. Nate's pencil froze. His body felt hot, then cold. He hadn't even known his parents were on an airship. The lawyer continued. After months of searching, only 8 of the 16 crew had been found. The boys' parents were not among them. Miss Lupton put a hand to her throat. "So what does that mean exactly?" Her voice wobbled. "It means that up this day, September 5th, 1928, Horatio and Adele Fludd have been declared lost at sea." "I thought you said they crashed on the ice," Nate blurted out. Sorry. Luckily, Miss Lupton was too busy fishing for a handkerchief to notice she spoke out of turn. "Yes, well, technically the ice was frozen seawater," the lawyer said, "but either way, I'm afraid your parents aren't coming back." Miss Lupton began to cry quietly. Nate hadn't seen his parents for more than 3 years. Of course, he missed them horribly when they first left. He'd been comforted only when they promised to send for him on his 8th birthday. "You need a little more time to grow up," his father said. "Then you're old enough to travel well, and your sense of adventure has developed. We'll send for you then." Time had passed. On his 8th birthday, Nate had been excited, but nervous too. He was sure his love of adventure had showed up yet. But his parents' letter asking him to join them never showed up either. Just as well, Miss Lupton had sniffed. Their job is much too important to have a youngster tagging along on the way. On his 9th birthday, Nate had been hopeful. Miss Lupton told him not to be silly. His parents' work was much too dangerous for a young boy, especially a young boy like himself who liked quiet walks, reading, and drawing. Clearly, he wasn't suited to a life of adventure. Nate was a little disappointed. He thought he felt the smallest beginnings of adventurous spark. By his 10th birthday, Nate had buried the memory of his parents and never took it out again. Much like a toy outgrown, he told himself, but the truth was thinking about them hurt too much, and now he would never see them again. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to put my bookmark here. Bookmarks are very handy to have. First of all, this one's a very interesting bookmark about the Big Dipper, so you can learn something. And when I put this in here, it does a couple of things. First of all, it tells those characters I'm going to be back soon to read about them. But more importantly, it reminds me where I stopped so I could start reading again. And this might be a book you'd like to read. This is Nathaniel Fludd, Beastologist. Find out how he goes from sitting on a bench, finding out his parents are never coming back, to becoming a beastologist. That might be a career you might think about. I'm so glad you came. You brighten my day. I'll see you next time. Bye.